fibroids can range from the size of your thumbnail to all the way up here,
right.
as
Mine
if
was
you're,
the size of a grapefruit.
you know, you can appear 6 months pregnant, you can appear 8 months pregnant.
Yes.
This is a significant issue, and it can cause pain, it can cause pelvic pressure, it can affect your sex life,
yeah.
it can affect your ability to exercise. In your case, it caused heavy bleeding, which for us in gynecology normally suggests that the fibroid is located at least partially on the inside of the
Yes.
uterus. You had a horrendous bleeding experience.
Oh my God. Okay.
That I want to ask you if you could share.
Yes, I was at a Bravo event, and I was on my cycle, and Peter was like, "Make sure you got everything on. You got." I'm like, "I'm good, I'm good." I mean, unless I put on a Depends, I put on as much as I could. And I remember after dinner getting up to leave, and as soon as I stood up, I just felt like this bush fall in my underwear. So I immediately was like, and Peter was like, "What?" And I was like, this is not good. And it was such a big, the blood clots is so heavy. So I stand up and I'm thinking, how am I going to get from this restaurant to the room without bleeding through? And of course, I didn't really want to tell the people I work with, like, oh, hey, guess what? I have fibroids, and I think I'm about to bleed through my dress right now.
So that was the moment you decided you had to get this taken care of.
I did, because what happened was, by the time I made it to the elevator, I was literally standing like in a pool of blood almost. I'm being a little dramatic, but like blood was coming down my legs everywhere. And Peter had to call the hotel front desk and say, I need somebody to come and clean up the elevator. My wife had an accident. And now you have to realize people are still coming up to me going, because they're not even looking at the blood. They're like looking at me going, Cynthia, oh
yeah,
my God, can I take a picture? Where's Nene? I'm like, maybe I don't see this, but I'm bleeding to death right now.
And Cynthia,
it was so embarrassing.
Important to mention, too, that the fatigue that you're feeling isn't necessarily because the fibroid is there. It's actually from the bleeding and becoming anemic. And then you have some cravings, and you're tired. You don't have the energy. But it's important, too, to talk about some different theories as to why it is that African-American women have so many fibroids. So the research is still out, but one is it could be from the chemicals, the relaxers that we use in our hair. The other one is that it might be related to a vitamin D deficiency. Like 1 in 3 African-American people are deficient in vitamin D, so they've linked it to vitamin D deficiency, and they've linked it to more intake of meat and pork products.
Yeah, I was going to say diet. I felt like maybe has something to do.
So out of those 3, did you grow up using relaxers?
Of course I did.
Me too.
As soon as I could get one.
Me too. We all did that. What about vitamin D? Do you ever supplement vitamin D?
I don't. No.
And what about diet? Do you eat a lot of meat products?
Well, I grew up in Alabama. I grew up in the country.
Okay.
So I grew up on, we ate every part of the pig that was available to us. I ate, everything.
But
not healthy.
One thing's interesting is that you talk about your symptoms. I think women at home should know 3 of the most common symptoms. The heavy and the prolonged menstruation period, the pain. Some people feel the pain, and also having to go, to the bathroom a lot. Like women don't realize that this may be something that's going on.